Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and this is a product that is going to help the folks in the restaurant, hotel business, and even homeowners when you have jobs of cutting up veggies and fruits and things like that. This thing will make nice uniform slices of various thicknesses. It's commercial grade, so it will be great for the big boys that do this on a large scale, or the homeowner, like I says. Vevor is the company, and they make fine products, and there's suction cups that are mounted on this that keep it from moving, but I want to be able to show it, so that's why I have it sitting here. Okay, this is it, all stainless steel, very nice grade. And this is the loading hopper right here. And you can pull back and put your supplies in there. You don't want to get too much in there at one time. You pull this back and it will keep pushing it in as you're slicing. You could put like 2 apples or 2 oranges and it would just feed them right on through. Now, coming around this way, you get parts. You get a handle right here, which is going to go right in here. Here is the cutting blade apparatus, and you get a tool to put this handle on right there. And also, you get a small little Allen tool, and that will be when you want to take this main wheel loose and take it to clean, a full cleaning. This will allow you to loosen this small Allen screw right there, and you pull that collar off and this whole assembly will come out. And that is how you can clean this whole wheel here and the blade. But when you have this out, those blades are extremely sharp, so you have to be extremely careful in handling it under those conditions. It's the safest when it's like this. There's a shroud covering this so that your hands cannot get into the cutting area. Your hands do not actually come in contact other than touching the outside edge, but you don't want to put your fingers in these areas. All right, they do give you one other little extra clip. This little clip goes right here to hold this assembly on. And if you were to actually lose that, then another one would teach you your lesson and you'd have one backup. Okay, we'll look at the maintenance of this later, cleaning and maintenance. But right now, we're going to set this up for operation and let you see how it works and how nice it performs. So you just stick this in here and screw this in, and this is a nice little handle. And never get in a real hurry or things are just not going to work well for you. Okay, you make that tight, and then this should move around freely. Now, there is a trick to this. You do not want to spin this thing as fast as you can. There's a technique, and when we get to the demonstration, I'm going to show you. And I want to show you this right now, opening this up. Now, when I open this up, it's going to expose the back side of this, and the sharp edges of the cutting blades are going to be exposed. So, when you open this up, and it fits into a little slot right there, you are exposing yourself to a danger right there of that blade. Right there is very sharp. And there's another one on the other side. There's one blade, and there's the other blade right there. Now, here's what you're looking at when you're adjusting, and this is the adjuster that's going to adjust the blade in and out for the different thicknesses so that you can see the distance between here and the cutting surfaces. That's the thickness that we're looking at. So if you're setting up for a particular thickness, you can use this method. Open this up, and let me see if I can get a good shot of that. What I'm doing is looking at that blade. Now I'm going to turn the blade adjustment and see if you can see it. The blade is moving out. This is fixed. The blade is moving out that way, or actually this is moving away from the blade. That's the way it works. As you screw this in, you see the distance right there? Maybe you can. See, it's quite a ways. Now I'm going to let you see it while I, let's see, yeah, while I adjust this. And you see the blade, this is going in that way. So what you can do is look and kind of get a judge of the distance between the blade and this plate, and that will give you your thickness that you want to cut. And you always want to close this. Now, this does not go behind there, it goes into this little slot right here. So when you line it up, go into there, and that's where it fits. And then these two will line up. And this is the latch. And this is your safety guard to keep you from getting hurt or anyone else. All right, and now it's set to the distance that I want to cut some of the stuff. I'm going to start with that tomato over there, and we'll see how it works. Now, I'm going to leave it on here so that I can really demonstrate and move it around for you to be able to see. Okay, now what you want to do, and see how nice this will be to show you, is you pull this out. And it's a good idea to hold your hand here and then put this in and let it push it right up along there. And push before you do, look down there, and you see there's the blade, and here's the flat spot. You always want to put the product on a flat spot, not half on the blade and half on the flat. So get that lined up, the handle right here, and now you can see right there that this is ready to cut that first slice. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this over here, and we're going to try her out. Okay, now what you want to do is, see, I'm going to put my hand right here, and this is going to move in as I cut, and you start out slow. Is that cool or what? Let's see. There, nice thickness. That's just what I thought I was setting it for. But that is perfect. Now, here's another thing we like is bell pepper. And we like them cut into circles for salads and what have you. So let's just see how that works. Okay, and I'm going to put this right up there. And now, again, let me demonstrate this. I pull out on this, and actually it's best to grab this once you pull it away from there a little bit, and then pull it up, and you can put your hand in between there to hold it, and then drop that in there. And again, see, it's on the blade. I'm going to pull it back and get the blade rotated. Now, there is the flat part that I want. So you see, most of the time, see, I'm right up there next to the bell pepper, that when I cut, and I think I'm going to make it a little bit more, let's see. I'm going to make them a little thicker on the bell pepper. Okay, there. Yeah, I don't want them that thin. Okay, right about there. All right, now, let's see how this works. Okay. Here we go, slow. Perfect. Now look at that. It would have really been usually if you core it out, but you see it will do it with just that. Okay, now onions. One more thing. This. Now, whoop. I think you've got the idea now. I'm just going to put this thing in there. Now, I didn't even peel it. I'm not worrying about peeling. I'll take the peel off later. Okay, just to show this. And I think I want the same thing. Okay, now here I need to pull this away and let the blade be up there against the wheel. That's the thickness I think I want. There we go. Nice hamburger size. Perfect. Okay, then clean up this mess later. I think you see this is going to work. After the job is all complete and you need to clean this up, this is how you can take it apart and clean it by sections if you want. The first thing is you could pull this pin right here and use a little tool right here just to grab it in the end there and hold on to it as it comes off like that. That's why they gave you a second one. And then what you can do is just pull this assembly out, and this is your cut plate that the food goes against. So this is going to be dirty and need to be cleaned. You can clean this in the sink with soap and water. Don't put it in the dishwasher, I understand. Okay, so that can be cleaned. Now this is, to clean this, it's best if you need to maybe change the blades or what have you, and you need to take this out. The way you do that is come over here. First, take this off. Now this could have food all in it that you want to clean it up. It does come off like that, so you can take this and clean it up right there. And then you're left with the blades here exposed. They're very sharp, and to change the blades, you could leave it in here like this, unscrew these 4 screws right there, and take the blade out, sharpen it by a sharpening stone on the flat side, just flat along it, would return this edge to just the nice sharpness. You don't have to mess with the other side. And then you could do that with the same thing with the other over here. Put it to a position like that, and you can unscrew it. So you don't really need to take this out unless you want to take it and clean everything up, or for whatever you need to do that. Very carefully rotate this until you see the little screw, Allen screw slot right there. And then you push this in and then turn it. And then this will come off. It just slides off. Then you can put this down, and then this will slide out. And so now you've got it where you could clean it, whatever you need to do that you need to remove it. It's stuck up there. There's 2 of them right here. If they did come down, you want these 2 washers. That's kind of like a bearing for it. So make sure they're in there, and that adds to the performance. Okay, so keep that in mind, and then stick this in, and then this back in there. And I'm going to stick this in because it makes it easy to line it up. Okay, then line that up. Then don't put this real tight. You just want it up against there and tighten her up. And you want to make sure it's spinning free, and it is. Okay, that's scary. Okay, now let's put the guide back on. and so that we're ready to go. And this goes on right here. And you want to make sure this is pushed. If it's cocked out like that, it'll be hard to close. So you'll notice that. Push it all the way in. And then again, over here, it's got to line up in this little slot. Okay. And then like this. Lock it down. Now, it's kind of protecting you from getting hurt with the blade. So that guard should always be in place. And then this goes right in here, and these two flat edges go against these two flat edges. And it'll only go one way, and this goes right in here. And if you use any lubrication on these shafts, it should be a food grade lubricant. And they say not to use vegetable oil or something like that. Use a lubricant that is food grade, and there are some. Okay, and now we put our pin back in, and that just goes right in here. There's a little slot right there that it fits into, and there. And that should hold it. There we go, and we're back to normal. Okay, I think that will help so that when you want to clean it, you can do a thorough cleaning and do it safely, as I give you some precautions. Okay,